It's been a long, long day for both of these teams, but this is the last match they get. Last chance for stage 2. Here we go.
Very interesting to see how this first game unfolds, mostly because I want to see how the Giants start off. That is not how you want to start if you're Stake pinching it off the net. That was an open net for him to put away, and he just squanders it.
And it didn't look good on the follow-up either. You saw both Zamway and Wolf double commit on offense when they had a chance to at least recover what they had going on offense. So, little squirrely start for the Vodafone Giants. The Wolf diving forward for the next challenge, and you know, he's obviously most people's biggest question mark, but I'm really curious how he fits in to this rotation. Like, is he just going to manage in the rotation, or is he going to be a key driver in their pushes downfield, or is he just going to try to, you know, not make too many mistakes, maybe throw out a pass if he can, if he's first man like that, but maybe not trying to force the issue or trying to do anything too out of the ordinary in a rotation when you're coming in as a substitute.
I think it's important for him to, you know, get involved early, find your footing, especially against a team like Fadeaway, a team that will capitalize on your mistakes. They thrive off of it. This is not the time for it. Backs against the wall for both these teams, and it's just that much more pressure for a player like Wolf. He's been thrown into a tough situation here for Giants.
Well, not much has really developed just yet off after that initial chance from Stake. But that is an interesting pinch to Ocelot, and what? Well, not exactly what you would call a conventional passing play.
And well, they'll take it, and Ocelot was ready for it. The defense was not. Stake couldn't get up fast enough, but Ocelot saw it all the way through. So great pass. Freaky, I suppose, as it drops right on top of Ocelot's head.
And you practice those. It's like pinch pass, call it. I fully believe it. Freaky getting in front of the challenge. Tigray catches it midair and makes it really difficult for Zamway. Everybody in front for the Giants, but they were able to get out. Wolf killing the ball for the Giants, but this has been really a struggle overall to get some consistent opportunities. Well, Freaky, does he just fall on that? Almost did fall on it and get the goal. Fadeaway, the owners of many interesting goals. We've experienced a lot of those, and Freaky hopping on top of the next challenge. But so far, very, I'm not going to say slow, I'll just say patient, I guess, so far for Fadeaway in particular.
And multiple times now, Zamway is trying to take this ball up into an air dribble, just hasn't been able to keep a hold of it, but I think he wants to go for a lot more of these solo plays, and he certainly can hit him if he's given the chance.
It's a nice little roll from Ocelot. Well, Fadeaway, they can't win the 150 that actually gives them a chance at possession, or any possession for that matter. Freaky cutting off this next pass. Ocelot now has one on the wing. He's going to take the shot himself. Zamway had to stay, but Freaky's quickly there and puts it in. Freaky speedily on the rebound.
Yeah, and these are the types of plays that I'm talking about. They'll come out from Fadeaway just a bit too slow to get back to this ball. It was a fine save, I suppose, by Zamway, but unfortunately, no one was able to get back to it quick enough before Freaky collapses, and Fadeaway now opening up the lead and pulling away.
The Giants, just a complete lack of anything on offense. You know, they got a good kickoff at the opening, but since then, Freaky has picked off every single passing play that they've attempted, and he's got his second goal and an assist to boot.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Stake was fighting on the other side of the field in the net of Fadeaway, and so Wolf hadn't rotated all the way back, and now they sit 3-0 down, and Giants haven't shown any semblance of an attack at all in this game one.
Just the lack of cohesion is palpable, but it still might take them a little bit maybe to get going in this set. We do give the benefit of the doubt in game ones most of the time for any team. So maybe they just need this 5 minutes to really get set. Fadeaway can be a difficult team to get by. And Freaky making another stop. The Giants are kind of doing the same thing. Everyone just sitting back along the back wall. Again, not trying to force too much, but they're not playing that speedy style we know them to. And I mean, you can't really do it when we talked about it enough already with the substitute, but it's definitely affected the Giants significantly in how they approach the game. You don't see those quick passing plays. Really, it's just, okay, let's boom this. Let's hope for a long pass. And if we get that challenge like Zamway does here, then maybe we can get something going. Wolf on the attempt, that was probably the most drawn up we've seen Giants get anything. Aslan lets it fly and zips right back in for the 4th fadeaway goal.
And another tough position for this last defender here for Giants at stake this time. Aslan just pops it up and over, and I think Stake had already committed on the challenge. 4-0 now for Fadeaway. 11 shots have come through for them, 4 put away. And a very commanding lead here over Vodafone Giants.
Well, Zamway gets in front of this. I still think there are some ideas for the Giants, especially in that last minute. Wolf is looking like he's feeling a little more comfortable. You know, he's really got to get a feel for how Fadeaway play before he can really get a sense in how he should be making decisions on the pitch. It's like, you can make the standard rotational decisions, but I don't think that's going to win you the game against Fadeaway. I think he's starting to figure it out a little bit more. There's a flow different in every single match. At the very end, he seemed to start to find his way a little bit, but most of the time, definitely lost in that first half.
Fadeaway just looked quicker across the board. Forget about the substitute. Fadeaway were just faster, I think, here. And the Giants have to find some sort of play style and adapt to what Fadeaway are doing. Because right now, it didn't feel like Fadeaway broke a sweat here in this game. They didn't have a lot of pressure. And Fadeaway were just able to take advantage of a lot of these opportunistic balls coming in front of the net. You know, you think back to the Frinky pitch over to Aslan and a couple of solo plays as well that ended up in Fadeaway's favor. But the real issue is Giants really not generating any offense. It's not getting downfield. It's not maintaining any possession. And that's really where I think step one is for the Giants if they're going to have any chance in this series.
So Fadeaway haven't sweat too much, but things can swing. Well, for the Giants, we'll have to see something a little more than we have been shown so far. And Wolf will just let that drop down. Didn't get the angle he wanted. This challenge goes straight to Stake. And this might be a good set for the Giants now. We'll see. How does Zamway's carry end up? Well, he's looking for a pass, and Wolf waiting for that ball to drop down. He actually got the grab, got the recovery, and the pass out to Stake, but he'll have to continue for the Giants. That's a great return from Stake to Zamway, and the Giants finally crack through Fadeaway.
I really like the setup here from Vodafone Giants as they have Zamway and Stake all over the ball. Wolf was in a great third man position to keep that attack on when his name was called. And then Stake came through, or Zamway, excuse me, came through and finished off the job. That's a great start here to game 2 for Giants.
And that's what you want. That's what you want from Wolf. Just to be able to get that solid touch out and get it into space. You can't expect too much out of that game day sub. But it was enough to get the job done for now. Now Fadeaway down. And Stake just missing the challenge above it. Forces Zamway back again. Aslan wasn't able to find the next one either, but Fadeaway winning these challenges more times than not. Just a lot of dead clears coming out. Again, Fadeaway, it's no surprise with how they play. They love to receive the ball, try to trap it, and then force that first man into an awkward spot for a 50. And that's typically where most of their chances are generated. Freaky and Tigre move downfield here. Fadeaway still hunting for the first.
This is better for the Giants now on defense as well. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to relieve some pressure and you want to throw it downfield, throw it high into space. And that's what they've done here in Fadeaway. It's been forced them to retreat back to their own side. A couple of misses come through and a back post shot from Zamway. And the Giants looking a lot better in this game. You got to give them credit. After that last game, you thought maybe they'd be a little deflated, but they've changed something here in this game that's certainly working.
Nice solid touch from Stake, which Freaky returns with a solid of his own. Now boomer ball ensues, but this turns into a quick pass to Aslan. Slows it down, has 2 to beat. Dumps it for Tigray, and Steak is there as the last man who could have made that save. Zamway, that's a good win on the challenge. It's all about that follow-up, and Aslan rolling past Wolf on the play. Will take the boost as his prize, and the ball rolling away from Steak now. The Giants, despite getting that first goal, unable to hang on to this ball for too long, but credit where credit is due, still Fadeaway are scoreless.
And the defense is holding strong for the Giants at the moment. Fadeaway do feel like they are getting more and more opportunities here. Be good for the Giants to regain some of this possession, show what you showed in the first minute or so where they were able to hold on to it. And you can see Fadeaway, they're throwing the ball down the field as well. Unfortunately, the Giants didn't deal with it perfectly here, and see what Fadeaway can do with it.
Aslan sets it up for Freaky. Freaky collects, and Fadeaway tie it up. Just under 2 remaining.
And this is a tough position. Wolf, a little bit slow on that challenge. Aslan able to get back to it quick enough to put it to the side and around, and Freaky is there. The defense wasn't set yet for the Giants. That challenge was crucial there from Wolf, and we're all tied up.
A nice win from Tigray. He had to get up to that quickly. Otherwise, the Giants were going to have a nice spot on a 2v1. But now Tigray, the last man back. The Giants, too, head to the corner. Steak's going to pick it up. Has the read off the ceiling, but following him the whole way was Tigray. Now out of boots, having to make another challenge. Everyone, sans Aslan, was sitting low on boots for Fadeaway, but there was no press from the Giants, despite Steak maybe having a chance after Zamway had rotated back. The Giants really, again, not trying to force too many risks. You'll definitely see them taking way less risks than you're ever used to, just to try to keep things close. And they have. Fadeaway have had trouble finding the back of the net, but Fadeaway also don't take every chance. So they're still hunting.
And they definitely still very conservative here. They're not really forcing the issue too much. That's a great shot, though, from Freaky, and a tough save from Zamway. As quickly down the field, here comes Wolf on the challenge. That's a great challenge for him to keep this ball alive. For the orange side of things, Giants still threatening. Comes out the Steak shot on target, wide open. And with 38 seconds left, the 1-0 lead for Giants.
You said it, Corelli. It started off with a great challenge from Wolf. He stretched the rest of his boost to get to it, and then the follow-up from Zamway, and then Steak was perfect. Steak especially, or excuse me, Zamway on the assist. Well done on the follow-up, and they got it on the kickoff. They almost snuck in off the post. No dice for the Giants. Much cleaner overall in game 2. Yes, it's been probably a little slower than you might expect, but mistake-free Rocket League is the name of the game for the Giants in the first 2 games, and Zamway grabs that read on his rotation.
That was a great shot, and it's up to Tigray here. Coming up on 10 seconds left, but it's going to be cut out, and it could be wide open if Zamway can get around to it. Aslan's got to clear it away. And Fadeaway march downfield here, 4 seconds left. And I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to drop down. It's one more bounce there with 1 second. Here comes Freaky. He can't catch back up to it. And Giants respond back here in game 2.
Again, textbook Rocket League. Nothing that wowed you on the stat line. Well, Zamway did get 600 points and 3 saves. That's about as wow as it got. But, like, you know, that dirty, defensive, mistake-free Rocket League, sometimes the gritty ones are the toughest, Corelli. And I have a feeling the rest of this match is going to be just as gritty. But credit to the Giants. They absolutely adjusted. And Wolf, he is feeling a little more comfortable, and he's making key challenges in places where he couldn't in game 1. So maybe starting to feel himself a little better. But there were a couple of key touches to help push the Giants forward. And that's what they... Anything that Wolf can do on a positive for the Giants will potentially just keep Fadeaway on their toes, because they're probably not expecting that much from Wolf, but they also don't want to completely ignore his presence on the pitch.
Oh, absolutely. And that last goal from the Giants was, I think, perfect. It kind of exemplifies exactly what the Giants want. Wolf had a crucial challenge there to keep that ball from being instantly sent back to the orange side. And it's not going to show up on a stat line, but you want to get the ball in the hands of Steak and Zamway. And that challenge from Wolf is what kept that play alive for the Giants, to let Steak and Zamway move up and have some sort sort of offense, some sort of structure into that goal. So those are the crucial plays that maybe don't show up on a stat line, but are definitely what leads to a victory in game 2 for Giants.
And grab the opening kickoff again. Zamway sends it across. Steak stole the right side boost, and the shot denied by Freaky. Wolf buying just a little bit of time, and a quick pass to Ocelon will be defended. The Giants don't stay in the orange half long. Wolf quickly up to this. Zamway will follow him. Giants moving down the field pretty fluidly on these first few chances. It's all about that threatening shot. If they can find one. Instead, Freaky on his flip the ball right back into Tigre.
Like a big question for me, especially for Fadeaway. You know, we've talked a lot about Giants and what they need to do, but Fadeaway didn't really feel a lot of urgency from them in that game. It really wasn't until that last minute or go where they're like, oh, well, we're about to lose. We need to make something happen. Of course, there was a late go-ahead goal, but for Fadeaway, there's just not that urgency right now, and they are keeping the possession in the final third, which is important. But you got to beat the defense.
The Giants, with Zamway next up, trying to get by Ocelon, though the task proves too difficult. Ocelon by 2 defenders now. Freaky wanted to play the rebound. Tigre had to dive pretty early for that, but the ball comes loose for Ocelon. Wolf got the catch, said, here you go, Zamway, get that downfield. Freaky, back, can Ocelon get there? No. Speed from Wolf in midfield, looks for the read against Freaky. It still might give the Giants a chance here. Close on the rotation, they gotta beat Ocelon again, who has done his best to try to keep the Giants out of the box. But towards the box, the Giants progress. Zamway gets a clean win on the touch. Wolf gets the next one. And Steak gets another. And there's another from Zamway, finally blocked out to the side. At some point, that shot has to be on target, or it has to be a shot. Steak gets around, but can't connect. Wolf came up for a pass, and now the whole play's dead for the Giants.
It was a pump fake left and right there, just off the same back wall every single time, and it was good pressure. But like you said, Jorby, one of those shots has got to be on target eventually.
Well, Fadeaway all pull back and just trying to receive it. They probably take the least amount of offensive challenges out of any European team that I think I watch. Like they pull off of everything, and they're like, okay, you think I'm going? I'm not going. We're just going to trap the ball. They do it successfully enough of the time. And I feel like, Corelli, when you were saying about them speeding things up in not until the last minute, I feel like that's the truth with Fadeaway most of the time. Like I don't know if they have that urgent play style, if you want to call it that, but it works out for them, so I'm not going to hate on it.
No, absolutely, but it just feels like, especially in that last game, we're not really seeing it here in this game. They're doing a much better job of having some possession in the final third. There wasn't a lot of dangerous chances that they were able to generate, and it was because it didn't feel like that they were on offense a lot of the game. It felt like Giants did a much better job in that game of controlling the pace of play and controlling how the game went. And I feel like Fadeaway should be in control. They're the team at 100% right now. And Giants have responded back in game 2, and they're looking quite well here in game 3.
They do continue from midfield. Zamway, he's going to have a look to Wolf. Wolf's up for the shot, and he misses just wide of the post. Now a loose ball for Ocelon. Freaky on the wing. Ocelon takes it himself. He tried to catch Steak out, but Steak not beaten so easily. He grabs another rebound. Now Freaky hopping in front of the challenge, but Tigre, who would have been to follow it up. Wait a minute. Ocelon gets to this? He came from his own third and still beat everyone to this ball. Deeper than his third.
Oh, and Wolf just spawned back. Steak was a bit slow as well. Great placement from Ocelon back behind those 2 defenders, and Ocelon just knew he could get there, and at least at worst, he was going to get a 50 on it, and instead earns himself a goal.
Wolf having to quickly hustle to the opposite side of Giants territory. Now, despite how cautious things have looked for the Giants, there might be a little more urgency. The alarm may be going off at this point as the second goal for Fadeaway, collected by Freaky, which who else? Freaky, typically the guy to put, to close things up, the cleanup guy for Fadeaway.
Well, and it's something that we talked about with Fadeaway is that they're a team who like to take advantage of mistakes. And the difference between this game and the last is that Giants are making mistakes, defensive mistakes. And Fadeaway is a team that's going to jump all over that and instantly punish you. In game 2, you didn't see that as much, and that's why I think Giants are able to come out on top. And there's not a lot of time here for the Giants to work with.
Nice catch from Zamway. Back over to Steak. Steak hunting for that. He saw the read, but he couldn't get the goal. Wolf scores off the crossbar. Life for the Giants in this game.
Great follow-up from Wolf here, and I think it was Steak who actually gets a piece of this one to just kill it right in front of Wolf, and Ocelon's in a tough position there to make the save, and 30 seconds left. Giants, they have a chance.
But that's the urgency I'm talking about. Wolf is your third man on that play. He's got to go for that with this amount of time left. And he nailed it right where he needed to. Zamway slips it under, but it's blocked by Freaky while the Giants aren't going quietly. Wolf, with 2 touches in the corner, he's just going to punt it to the opposite side. That may have given Ocelon his out, and he got a hard clear. This is going to be difficult for the Giants. Ocelon trying to stop the counter from Steak. Now the task made even more difficult after Tigre's block. Even another one, and the Giants grab this. Not over if they can't get it. But Ocelon stopping it again, who has been a nuisance. Zamway just had the catch.
Oh.
Can't flip it over, Freaky. And does it kill? It does kill to the ground. And so Fadeaway now on match point, trying to get into stage 2.
And that was a game, again, where it felt like Fadeaway was the team to capitalize on some defensive mistakes from the Giants. And let's not take away, though, what the Giants were able to do on offense. Just not enough at the end of the day. You think back to a lot of the plays that were going off the back wall over and over and over again, that final shot never coming. And I think that, at least for the offense for the Giants, has been the difference maker here in game 3.
Yeah, and like I thought the Giants they had way more shots on net. They had some good offensive opportunities, but I think the main thing that's hampered them is Zamway in particular on his carries. When Zamway is playing normally, he's usually always looking for the optimal option. He's usually not trying to force a specific player, just shoot the ball on net or just try to hammer it as hard as possible. But you're seeing him go for more solo plays, even though other options are available to him. And I think, the Giants, when they feel that stretch, you end up going for the options that you normally wouldn't. So maybe they can sneak another one in. It's been difficult, but they've played them close and absolutely could go the Giants' way if Fadeaway aren't careful.
Our score resets and another chance here for the Giants. They've been able to contend with Fadeaway, I think, a lot better than maybe people were expecting, at least after their last performances with their sub, and see if they can stay alive here as this one goes off the back wall. Wolf's going to keep it alive once more, and Zamway just can't get over it. He went too high, and Fadeaway get out.
Now Tigre, long ball. And while it looked pretty, nobody was able to follow it up. And Wolf is able to pop it out to the side. Now he's got to contend with Ocelon, who has rarely lost a 50 in this match. He did lose it to Wolf there, but then thrown back to the Giants' wall. Midfield belonging to Ocelon. Back over to Freaky, but Steak gets a good kill onto the ball. Now Wolf speeding up with the double touch here, making it awkward for Tigre. But again, they're finding a better flow. I think the rhythm is really starting to form. Wolf pulling off for Zamway. Shot is going to be just high, and Ocelon will carry it away anyway. Like I said, philosophy looking like it's forming up.
Yeah, and it's working out. Wolf has been able to set up his teammates multiple times. That's a long clear, and it goes off the back wall. Follow-up is wide from Tigre. Scary situation here for the Giants on defense as Zamway does get the clear out for now.
Well, for a team that relies a lot on punishes, with how the games have gone, goals have not been a easy thing to collect on. Fadeaway, that could come back later. Tigre had to make a quick cut on it. But we'll see. Wolf, he's got Steak downfield, but pops it way high over him. Steak can't really get anything done with the ball, but, Ocelon again, man. Like, that dude is just, I don't know how he just Houdini's his way out of every 50 situation and comes away with the ball. Steak blocked by Freaky.
Yeah, he's able to do that, and that's a big fake there, as I think that was actually rather a miss. And Ocelon gets the goal gifted to him right in front.
Ocelon just sits right down, and it might as well be a fake. I don't know if he expected the challenge or not. Ocelon just kind of sat and watched the ball the whole time, didn't flick his camera around, didn't turn ball cam off, so maybe it doesn't matter what he expected, Corelli. Calculated. That's my thought there. That's what he's doing. He's just spamming calculated.
Yeah, got to make contact there, and unfortunately, Ocelon had an open net to shoot at afterwards, so the Giants, though, haven't been without opportunity. They've been able to set up some good chances. Again, that final shot really not coming too often. Here's Zamway. He's got a bit of space to work with and wants to take it himself. Still with the ball. And he might stick with it as he drops it down to Snake. He's there. Shot off the crossbar and in. And it felt like Fadeaway was just watching the Giants stay with this.
And Zamway held on to this ball for so long. And Wolf was following him close, like really close, as second man. And so I think that might have been part of the freeze. Like, you don't want to, shift the ball out. You don't want to force the ball to Zamway's left because it'll just bounce right into Wolf. And then Steak might have a perfect chance at the net. So they had to be careful with how they approached the challenge. Zamway took advantage of it and then made a great passing play. So that was a great individual effort. And then the follow-up from Steak. Giants, that's got to feel great, especially where you really haven't had the best chances on offense. But look at this passing play back to Steak, all on defense. Tigre straight up misses the ball. Steak couldn't recover for a touch in net.
That was great setup again by Wolf. His first touch always seems to find a teammate, and that's what allows the Giants to break out from their half so fast. So he's doing a great job of finding his teammates downfield.
Zamway wanted that midfield boost. Now he's got to find the read against Freaky. This isn't going to be the easiest, but they get it out to the corner. Again, they've been relatively mistake-free, but one mistake did go unpunished earlier. Since then, Giants have been mostly clean. Ocelon couldn't find anything for his team back beyond midfield. The demo gives him the space, though, to grab it again. He got the air dribble. Now Tigre against Wolf. Wolf can't find the read, and Tigre double tap into the net.
Tough situation on the commit from Steak. It's just Wolf back, and that's hard to get up to when Tigre puts it back behind you. Great double tap from Tigre. Don't want to take that away from him, but Fadeaway able to capitalize on that last man back.
Now, all bets are off for the Giants. Less than a minute left. They can't afford to give insurance to Fadeaway, but insurance comes anyway. Tigre gets 2 quick goals for Fadeaway.
And unfortunately, I think Steak and Zamway both missed this ball. Wolf didn't get up fast enough either, so it was just disaster for everyone on the Giants side. And Fadeaway pulling away late here.
We'll see if the Giants can pull a trick out of their toppers. Actually, is anyone wearing toppers? No, no one wears toppers. Shot. Denied on the box. Wolf actually gets the win there on the 50. Steak just trying to keep the ball locked in the blue half. But nothing really developing here for the Giants yet. Maybe something comes here. Steak, pressure off the back wall. Zamway, very speedy on the return, but no goal for the Giants. If they had hope, they had to maybe be that one. Who knows? Tigre. Well, back over to Ocelon. Time will expire, and that will be it. Fadeaway. Move to stage 2. Ocelon picks up 1 for the road. And I think he had quite a he had a consistent, stellar match, Ocelon.
Yeah. Ocelon, I think Fadeaway as a whole played extremely well here. They didn't get too excited coming into this, knowing that maybe this isn't the full Giants roster. It was a conservative approach in the beginning. They definitely picked it up here at the end. Fadeaway looking strong as they move into the next stage.
So now for the Vodafone Giants, that's the only regional that they weren't able to make stage 2. They're still in a pretty decent spot overall. I don't think there's much to worry about just yet, and they will have talks back for the next tournament, but they won't be continuing in this one. Instead, Fadeaway completing out the A-Stream round of top 8 qualifications. I gotta say, Corelli, this was, I didn't expect the Giants after that first game to Wolf to start to find a little more comfort. But by the end, I mean, he really stepped up, I thought he made some good touches. He didn't, he did what he was reasonably asked to do. I don't think you could have expected much more out of him.
He was put in some tough situations as well. Last man back multiple times. Steak and Zamway were already committed. So I think he played as well as he possibly could there, and he was setting up his team left and right. So I think that was a proud performance, at least for Wolf.
Well, to round out the day and summarize everything, Leaf, Gibbs, and somebody else are going to close it out, guys.
Thank you,